Hey guys, this is Epic5105 and today I'll be comparing the E100 and the MAUS in Panzer War. Now both of these tanks are some of my favorite, like they have the different and similar in so many aspects that it makes them so enjoyable to play. Like you have good armor on both of them, you have a nice gun on both of them, and really it's just a balanced tank really. It has pretty slow mobility, just like all German tanks in general, the German heavies. It has reliable armor, some of the best, and it has a hard-hitting gun. So the E100 has an 150 millimeter or 15 centimeter gun with a reload time of 18 seconds, which is rather long. However, the Alpha does not disappoint with 720 Alpha with the standard, 625 with the premium, and 1350 with the HE. So when you can use that HE, use it because you have 108 millimeters of penetration. Of course, the penetration on the AP is slightly lower than some other tanks at 276. However, the APCR is insane at 365. Now that armor, you can see that turret front isn't exactly the most angled, so it does become a weakness when you use APCR. That's around 230, no, that's around 260-ish millimeters. Somewhere near 300 maybe, but it's definitely not enough to survive against most gold shells. Now the mobility, it's rather actually decent for the tank it is. You have traverse, it's 22, it's around the same as the IS-4, which is actually rather nice. The gun range, the gun is slightly more harder to play than other tanks because the game makes it play like a howitzer. In a way where you have to aim higher for the shell to land because the shell actually does have a very high trajectory. You actually have to know how to play very well in order to use the E100 more effectively. However, on the other hand, the MAUS is a lot more noob friendly and easier to play. All you need to do is angle a tiny bit, point your gun towards the enemy and shoot. Maybe angle your turret to bounce those Pramo shells, but the MAUS is actually very much easier to play. It doesn't have that nice side armor of the E100, but the theoretical side armor of the E100 is a bit more. However, the nominal thickness of the MAUS side armor is a lot more stronger. You can simply angle like that, and you will bounce everything that's coming at you. The lower plate is the only weakness front on. Everything else is pretty red, and if you have Pramo, then the turret cheeks will be easy to pen. However, angle that turret and the turret becomes a lot more stronger. You have that completely red turret. Yeah, no one's going to be able to get through that. Let's take a look at the gun. Now, the reload time is 14 seconds. And for the Alpha, 14 seconds is actually nice. You have 560 with the AP, and for the pen, it's 276 millimeters. The damage, which with the Prama, it's 280 with a pen of 352, which is enough to work through almost everything. Now, the HE damage is actually rather nice at 700 with a pen of 65. The 65 millimeters of pen means you won't be able to use the HE as much as the E100, but when you can, it does hit hard. Now, the traverse speed is very similar to the E100. General speed statistics are very similar to the E100. Only the top speed of the E100 is higher by 5 kilometers per hour. So now let's get into a battle. I don't believe I've created a customized battle for that already, so I need to do that now. Where is the MAUS? The MAUS? A 5v5 between the MAUS and the E100. So let's play with the MAUS first, and you can see the E100 has a very strong gun, and I should be actually bouncing a lot of shells from the E100. That is not something that you can usually boast, but it's a MAUS. So what do you expect? Now that angle, when I angle that turret, it really makes that turret a lot more stronger. So those cheeks are not weak spots, because usually those cheeks you can easily pen, but once you angle properly, yeah, it becomes a lot more harder to pen. I should be angling this way so my lower plate is hidden. Yeah, nice shot into the E100 and a nice bounce from the side. Now that side may be flat, but if you know how to angle, it's no longer as flat. I'm just going to keep my turret angled a bit like that. And I'm going to fire again. And he misses his shot, nice. Now, unlike the E100, with the MAUS, where you point your gun will be where your shell goes 90% of the time. The E100 is much harder to play than the MAUS due to that gun, and the fact that you have to angle a bit more, and yeah, generally a lot more. But the E100 is a very fun tank. Oh, I missed that one. Okay, that's sad, that's sad. He's probably not going to penetrate me, hopefully. He's on 5 health if I had landed that shot in. They're both on 5 health. And he misses his shot. So, I missed again. Okay. I keep misjudging the shell velocity of the tank. The shell trajectory of the tank. Gotta aim it down a bit more. Alright, so that's one MAUS dealt with. And then that one E100 dealt with. Now let's work on the other ones. So that's the biggest weak spot of the E100, the track wheel. It's very, very weak and easy to penetrate. Now if you can't shoot the MAUS, if you can't pen the E100 anywhere else, just shoot the track wheel and it is almost a guaranteed pen. Okay, he's dead. No, that lower plate is too angled. I'm not gonna go for it. Yeah, see, easy pen on the track wheel. Okay, I'm worried about that E100. Okay, he's penetrated me. That's not very especially nice. I still have better DPM. I'm not too sure who has the better DPM, but the E100 does have a better alpha. I do out reload the E100 though, which is something nice. So that's one of them dealt with. Now the last guy. We're already at 4.5k damage, and we've only got penetrated once. We've bounced 1.48k, which just shows how strong. Okay, there's another one. We've bounced 2.22k. Now I'm gonna fire another shell in here. The side armor of the E100 is insane. It's very hard to penetrate, and because of the rear mounted turret of the MAUS, you can actually side scrape with the MAUS, but you really don't need to because its armor profile is very strong anyways. Yep, that's done. So now let's play a battle in the E100 and see how it fares against the MAUS. It's going to be a bit more harder because it's harder to aim at weak spots in the E100, but once you play it a lot, you do get used to it. Take a sip of water. Okay, so with the E100, okay, so you can just see the E100 is as slow as the MAUS. However, it can reach a higher top speed. Now, front on, the only weakness is the turret. If you unangle it, like I'm just going to angle it right now. Yeah, the turret does turn a bit more slower. They should... Okay. Now, you know what? I'm going to attempt to shoot the MAUS's side armor. That might be a bit risky. Not penetrate. Okay, that was a big risk I should not have taken. Okay. First bounce on our spaced armor. Now, I should have went for the MAUS on that side. Okay. Hopefully he's going to turn his turret or something. Now I'm going to try to get a shot on that lower plate. Nice for 703. You can see how that shell droops down. And that's a real big problem to work with. Now there's no one pushing this flank. So I'm going to hold this flank temporarily. Just show you how strong the armor can be if you use it correctly. Now luckily none of them are using gold shells. Or else it will be a lot more harder to bounce. That's 750 per shot. And you can kill a MAUS in 3 shots. Wow. Another bounce off our main armor. Okay, one of them hit our spaced armor. Now that weird thing on top of the MAUS, that the rangefinder cannot actually be penetrated. It registers as spaced armor. So interesting thing when you're face hugging it. This tank is also very strong if you angle the turret when face hugging, but I don't really recommend face hugging. With this tank, it's a frontline tank. Go forward and take the shots for your team. You can see I'm easily bouncing the MAUS with... Oh, where'd that go? through my lower plate. Okay, that's not something I especially want. Bang. And because of that big gun, you can easily take the enemies who are pushing you. So when you go front line, you can easily deal with the enemies. Now I'm gonna try and shoot the turret off the mouse and see if I can actually penetrate it. Yeah, I can pen the turret cheeks off the mouse with the E100. Most of the time you'll need to find gold to do that, but it looks like I can. Right here. I'm gonna see if the track guards of the mouse are actually weak spots. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, looks like they are. So shoot under the track, guys, and shoot that piece of armor underneath the tracks. It's a really big weak spot on lots of tanks. You know what? I'm gonna try and shoot that mouse's one from here. If you do hit that, you'll pen 90% of the time because it's oh, okay, yeah, see the shell trajectory that I forgot about. The shell does go down, which is slightly annoying. Now, I'm not going to go for the turret. The turret is very well armored for some reason. I'm going to go shoot the body, the upper body, which is a bit more stronger. No, a bit more weaker because the lower part of the body is protected by. No, the upper part of the body is. Oh, okay, the fear. Okay, so guys, if you're killing a mouse, shoot at the upper part of the side armor, because the lower part of the side armor contains the tracks of the tank, which register as spaced armor. Now, when you shoot that, it's going to be a lot more harder to kill, especially when you're firing heat shells or HE. I have no idea why you'd be firing HE, but if you're a 215B183, shoot at the upper part of the mask, that strip over there. Now, if you're firing at the E100, shoot at that front leading wheel, because you will penetrate 9 times out of 10. That is the E100 for you guys. I'll be playing probably another match in the E100 and the mouse before delivering my verdict, because really these two tanks are so different and similar that it's hard to arrive at which one is better. For me personally, because of that big alpha, really I kind of like the mouse. The mouse is a bit more fun to play. But I don't know. They're both really good tanks. I'll make up my mind after the next E100 one. The mouse's gun though just doesn't have that same essence as the E100's gun, which yeah, it'd be nice to have the E100's gun on the mouse. Oh, I need to test something as well. Can I actually pen the E100's turret firing standard? No, okay, I'm gonna try and penetrate the turret firing standard. Okay, I can't actually pen the turret, the unangled turret cheek firing standard. So that's something that the E100 can do to the mouse, but the mouse can't do to the E100. No, okay, I'm gonna shoot that leading drive wheel. Just don't shoot that armor. Just don't shoot. Yeah, okay. See, easy pen. Just don't shoot the actual spaced armor on the sides. That metallic part over here, that cover, because you will not be able to penetrate that. It registers as what, like 200 millimeters. Another easy pen right behind that armored plate. Now that lower plate is at a pretty bad angle, so I'm not going to actually risk shooting that lower plate. You know, guys, what video do you want to see after this? What tank versus what tank? Please leave in the comments below, because I'm probably going to do okay, I didn't hit that shot. I might do 60 TP versus ST2 or something like that, because I'm trying to get to a video where I say the best tier 10. That means I have to compare every single tier 10. So yes, where is, okay, just a bunch of mice. The mouse averages around at 19-20 kilometers per hour. It won't really go any faster. When you turn, it drops down to like 90. When you go up hills, it goes up like 15. And it's a pretty consistent speed. Even going up this hill, yeah, I probably won't be dropping down in okay, never mind. That E100 does look like. You know what? I'm gonna try to shoot that track car. Okay, looks like I don't have enough gun depression for that. I'm gonna shoot the turret ring. Oh wow, I actually hit the turret ring. That's another weakness of the E100, the turret ring. Because the turret ring, if you see that slab right under the turret where I hit, yeah, that's a big weak spot. It's like 10 millimeters thick. Any gun will easily cut through that. another shot in the turret ring, and he missed my turret ring. Got to angle that turret. But the best thing is I out reload the okay, so nice, I got him. So the best thing is that I out reload the enemy E100s. I might go. Okay, come on, get a shot in the track. Oh, okay, it auto bounced. Where did he pen? Oh, I over angled my sides. Now I can just see face in front on. It's really not going to do anything. When you angle in the mouse, the actual body itself, you're trying to make the you are trying to make the can I get the trying to make the lower plate stronger. That's the whole point you angle, because there's no point in angling your front, because no one will be able to penetrate that. Not even maybe if they fire primer, but no way anyone is going to be penetrating that. Another round in here. But that lower plate is a glaring weakness. That's why you gotta hide it, like I'm doing here. If you see a mouse in this position, yeah, you're doomed, because you can't do anything against a mouse like that. Nice. So that's the mouse finished. Now let's get on to the last battle on the E100. Before we deliver the final verdict, mouse vs E100, which one is better? The E100 requires a bit more skill, yeah. Now the position you want to be in a mouse is front line. Just need to charge in, angle yourself, and the rest of the team, if they follow, yeah, they're easily going to be able to finish off the enemy team, while they can't even finish off a single mouse. You have the highest, I believe, hit point pool of all the tanks. So yeah, it's gonna be hard to take out a mouse. See that mouse in that position right there? I couldn't do anything against him, even if I wanted, even if I tried. You know what, I'm gonna go for that track wheel. See that turret? That gun, it's difficult to aim sometimes at far range. Oh, ow, okay. Gotta wiggle a bit, try and get a bounce. Okay, that's 693, a low roll. Such a low roll. A low roll, but like 50. You know, I don't wanna risk getting pushed by those mice over there. The best thing about the mouse is if your team has multiple mouse, then you can easily rush into them, because 2 mouse, that's like 3,600 hit points. Very hard to deal with. Now the E100 is just as strong a tank. Instead, it has a larger bottom plate and a weak turret, but you have that very hard hitting gun for 740 alpha. Now aim for that upper slab of the mouse, guys. It actually works. Instead of aiming for the E100, you aim at that track area, because the guards aren't as strong. Oh, okay, who shot me there? You know what, okay, I'm gonna have to kill this E100. I'm gonna try, and you can, yeah, another great thing about the E100 is you side scrape with this and you're undefeatable. Because of that side armor, it gets up to, what, like 400 millimeters thick, especially if you side scrape. Without side scraping, it's like 200 millimeters. When you side scrape, you're invincible. Yeah, the lower plate of the rear, yeah, smart idea. When you side scrape properly with this tank, no one's going to be penetrating. You angle that turret as well, and yes, you're a hard pen. But I'm going to try and go for the upper part of the mouse. Get another shot in. See, easily bouncing off my frontal plate over there. Now, same thing for the mouse. If you can't penetrate them, shoot up over there. Anyways, that's the 2 replays done. And then that's not 2 replays. Getting confused with what? Just the 2 games done. So now let's deliver the final verdict. I believe that I'd say the E100, because of that gun. To be fair, the armor profile on the side of the E100, it's excellent. And when you side scrape it, it's undefeatable. That small weak spot is concerning, but it's not really that much of an issue for me. If if the people actually target that area, then the MAUS will be better. But then again, the MAUS also suffers from the same problem due to the Germans having the big brain idea of placing the armor over here instead of placing the tracks outside of the armor, like the T-32. Yeah, I prefer the E100 because if you can get those shots in, it does hurt a lot. You arrive at 700 alpha. If you pen that HE, that's almost one shot, one kill. So yeah, that for me, it's definitely the E100. Thanks for watching. This is Epic5105. Feel free to, if you disagree with me, to leave down your opinions in the comments. But yeah, thanks for watching. This is Epic5105. The next video will probably be... I've done FV215B versus... Centurion Action X versus... Where's the other one? The FV215B, not the 183. Does that tank even exist, or am I just... Yeah, I'll think of something. So anyways, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.